Hello, second grade. I want to go over a lesson today that I think would be a lot of fun. It is called Collecting Teeth Data from Other Classes. This lesson is a little tricky to teach and to work with because we are virtual. Normally we would get to walk around and visit other classrooms and collect data. But because we can't do that, we're going to have to kind of go about things a different way. But we're going to be flexible and make the best of it, and it's going to be a lot of fun and very informational, even with that said. So let's get started. You have already done some work with collecting data, and we are just going to move forward with that. And our focus today is to make predictions about data that will be collected. So that means information that we are going to find out later. So also we're going to be working on collecting and recording that data. So making a prediction about what we think the data is going to be, and then how do we collect that information, and how do we record it. So let's get started. You have already collected some data on your student activity workbook page. I believe it was page 277, and that was where you ask family members, people you know, how many teeth they have lost. So you can look back at that if you have done that as a guide to kind of help you, and you can make your own chart, or you can simply just watch me make my chart and we can do it together. So here are some of the responses that I got. So if you notice my chart, one of the important things about recording data is that you have a title or a heading for your data. This says teeth data, some people say data, doesn't matter. Teeth data from other students. And we have kindergarten, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, and grade 5. So, ideally it would be that we would ask several kindergarten students how many teeth they had lost. But because we cannot do that, today I'm just going to record information that I got from asking a kindergarten student. So Miss Casey asked a kindergarten student how many teeth they had lost, and this student told me 0. So I'm going to record that in our chart here. So then I found a first grade student, and I said, how many teeth have you lost? Now, it's important to make sure the person that you're asking the question, that they know exactly what you're asking. So they may think that you're asking, how many teeth have I lost today? Well, more than likely that's going to be 0. But you want to make sure they know that you're asking, how many teeth have you lost so far? How many teeth have you lost so far? So in grade 1, this student said that they had lost 3 teeth so far. So then I found a student that is in second grade. So I go right here to the second grade area, and I ask them, how many teeth have you lost? And this student at first said, oh, I've lost 2 teeth this year. And then they said, oh, wait a minute, but in first grade I lost 4 teeth. So that means they had lost a total of 6 teeth overall. So then I found a student that was in third grade. I asked the same question. How many teeth have you lost? And this student said 1. So I had to remind them that I wasn't just asking how many teeth have you lost in third grade, but how many teeth have you lost altogether. So we went back and changed that, and the number they gave me was 4. And then for a fourth grade student, I asked the same thing. I got the number 10. And then in fifth grade, I asked the same thing, and I got the number 10. So when I look at my data is kind of all over the place. And that can be for 2 reasons. For one, it can be that we didn't ask the question correctly. You want to make sure that when you're asking a child, a person, how many teeth have you lost, that it's not just, oh, I've lost 4 teeth in third grade. It's how many teeth have you lost up until this point. So that's the important part here. So what we are going to do in the future is we're going to continue to ask people this question. We're going to record the data, and then we're going to think about how are we going to collect it in an organized manner, and then how are we going to record it so that we can read it back. Because the whole purpose of recording data is not just to have a pretty chart, but it's so that we can use that information. So with that, we have to be able to tell facts about that. For example, we might say, 3 people, or I lost 3 teeth in first grade, but by 5th grade I had lost 10, so I have lost more teeth by the time I was in 5th grade. Something like that, and we will dig deeper into that over the next couple of lessons. So what I want you to do is to take some time, ask people, family members, cousins, neighbors, send a text message to someone that you know that's still in school and ask them how many teeth they have lost. Make sure that you're reminding them it's not, right now today, and it's not even this year, but it's up until this point. And then make yourself a chart with a heading, and that is organized in a manner like this, and that you record it so you can go back and read it to use it for a later time. Also, remember that you can refer back to page 275 in your student activity book papers, and ask yourself those questions when you are collecting your data. What class will you collect data from? And again, we can't do a class, so you're just going to ask friends and family, or you can even make up numbers by using your stuffed animals or toys or whatever. What will you say to the class to introduce your survey? What question will you ask? How will you keep track of everyone's answer? And how will you make sure that everyone, that you ask them the same question, and that you keep that organized and your thoughts organized so you can make sure you get valid information. And then also today you are to complete Student Activity Book page 276, and it's looking at a line plot, and it says Mr. Fox did a survey on how many pockets students were wearing. That this line plot shows this data, so you will complete that.